In artillery, as I mentioned before, when you're firing artillery rounds, it's called a fire mission, and you may sit around for 12 hours and not do anything, but the call comes in off the radio, and the first thing you hear is a AK-47 rifle fire, and you know you're in a fire mission. That next minute or 10 minutes of artillery fire is a period of time that gives you quite an adrenaline rush, and since then I've never experienced anything like that adrenaline rush of a fire mission, and 40-some years later. So that was one of the more difficult things of doing it.
Not quite so dramatic as far as I'm concerned, but it was the heat, having to deal with the heat and the humidity while you're working on your airplane, having to virtually strip down to a pair of pants and no shirt, and having the sun beat down on you, and trying to replace a starter or repair a hydraulic leak. It was the heat and the humidity was just horrendous trying to do that.
The most dangerous part of my job being a truck driver is leaving our base camp and going on the open road to go to our next base. You're susceptible of sniper fire or hitting a landmine or being attacked, so you really had to watch the road, and there was a lot of civilian traffic on the road, so you had to make sure you didn't run those people off the road. And then of course at base camp, being rocketed every now and then, that's the most dangerous part.
The hardest part of my job was to find the enemy, because the Vietnamese communists, the VC, would wear civilian clothes and meld in with the population and hide within the civilian population. So it was very difficult just to locate them and to engage them in combat. And we would often do sweeping operations through areas trying to locate the enemy. And when we would go through a lot of these areas, they had mines and booby traps that sometimes someone would run into accidentally, and they would go off and either wounding or killing the individual. This was very demoralizing to go on operations day after day, not see or have contact with the enemy, but at the same time be losing soldiers.